So after everything that happened with Lacari on stream, where viewers noticed some extremely suspicious-looking file names and links briefly appearing on his screen, the situation quickly exploded across social media. People immediately began speculating, spreading accusations, and questioning what exactly those folders and titles meant. Now, Lacari has finally posted a statement trying to clear up two major points. In the tweet, he says that he's only into 2D adult content, and he strongly denies ever watching, seeking out, or supporting anything involving in any form. He also claims that after the stream ended, files and links that appeared were looked into, and he says there was no illegal material found. But he admits the real issue was how bad the titles looked, and that he didn't shut everything down fast enough while live. Lacari ends the post by taking responsibility for handling the situation poorly, saying he understands why people were disturbed, and that he should have treated it more seriously in the moment. He says he's owning up to that, and wants the facts to be clear while he focuses on getting himself together. What are your guys' thoughts on Lacari's response? Comment below. How has nobody mentioned Lacari getting hacked like 3 years ago? The hacker was messaging people in friends list on Discord and Steam, so mods had to warn not to respond. Anyone with access to a PC can just rename an empty folder and turn the world against them, ATP. Rather than clarifying, that just brings more things into question. How do you know that? Did you look through every single file to make sure? Did you ask law enforcement to do it? Are anonymous people online claiming to have gone through and checked? Please clarify again. The files and links were looked into by who? Police, I hope? How TF are you determining whether or not what's there is legal? People need proof, either from the police or even a proxy through Twitch that confirmed it was reviewed by authorities. People aren't going to react through word of mouth. Without that, it will just worse, man. How the drama around streamer Tectone has continued to play out, it hasn't just been about allegations and social media posts. It's also pulled in other creators who have known him or worked with him over the years. One of those voices recently came from streamer Braxophone, who felt the need to publicly address his past association with Tectone and clarify comments he made about Pinkchu's protective order situation. The backdrop to this is a long-running online dispute between Tectone and his ex-girlfriend Pinkchu, who filed a legal complaint and protective order after their relationship ended. In his statement, Braxophone acknowledged that he has known Tectone before, but emphasized that simply being associated with someone doesn't mean you automatically support everything they've done or everything they're being accused of. He explained that he wanted to clear up misunderstandings and make sure people weren't twisting his past comments into something they weren't meant to be. He also pushed back against the idea that he was blindly defending a friend and stressed that serious legal matters like protective orders shouldn't be treated like just another piece of streamer drama. His response reignited discussion about how creators speak on situations involving allegations, court rulings, and personal relationships behind the scenes. I think the post is very fair. Why are some of the replies this weird about it? Brax isn't involved in any way. He used to be friends with Tectone, decided to read the court document and formed his opinion, then decided not to be a fence-sitter and spoke up as y'all were expecting him to. Is the criticism that he was supposed to adopt everyone else's views earlier? What a stupid criticism. Or is the criticism that he is wrong to cut ties with Tectone? If so, 1. Who are you to demand others to remain friends with other people? 2. Tectone has committed assault. Y'all are a mess. Yeah, nah, you're weird, buddy. Chudlogic goes over Tectone's stalking protective order.
Stalking protective order? In lieu of a finding that family violence occurred, the court finds that probable cause exists to believe the respondent committed an offence under section 42.072 Penal Code stalking, and the nature of the scheme or course of conduct engaged in by respondent in committing the offence indicates that respondent is likely in the future to engage in conduct prohibited by the section. Therefore, the court grants the application and enters a protective order against the respondent. So, the other thing I've been thinking about, I don't think she filed a civil case for money. I think this is it. I think she just wanted a protective order, I think.
The fact that all this is happening at the same time as Lacari's situation is quite amusing. Tectone's friend group, who happen to also be Lacari's friend group to some extent, is in utter dismay right now. They can't find the right words without sounding defensive. Wait, after all this time, this was about stalking, and the end result is just a protective order. Man, I know like 3 people who've either gotten a protective order or their exes out of spite, and in all 3 scenarios it was all using the system to f*** each other. In another clip, a moment comes from one of Pokimane's recent streams, where chat was doing what chat always does, throwing out random comments and trying to get a reaction. Everything was pretty normal at first, until one viewer decided to spam an insult in the middle of the conversation, calling her a moody socialist billionaire. Pokimane immediately noticed it, and you could tell it genuinely annoyed her, and this is what happens next in the following clip.
Anyways, how are you guys doing, my loves? If you think I'm a billionaire, you cookie bean. I'm so sorry. If I ever was a billionaire, I wouldn't be a billionaire for more than a day. I would give away most of my money. But I also think that's most people.
Every video I see of her just solidifies it more. Those cookies were indeed way too expensive. The cookies are no longer for sale too, yet she still advertises them. There are people still waiting on orders to be fulfilled, but the company has all but vanished. These streamers make way more than people realize. People like to look at metrics and shit, and always far undercut them. I think that dude Most Critical once openly admitted that over his career, he's made like 70 million, and people were blown away because the metrics would have suggested something like 5 to 10. That's because very few people have openly spoken about what sponsors actually pay. For example, I know firsthand that Reynard once made $250,000 an hour for 3 hours to stream some dogshit mobile game, and that was almost a decade ago, as if that wasn't obvious from the name Reynard being dropped. He did one of those streams every week, obviously not all for the same game, but that is how Tempo Storm stayed afloat for so long, when they were in that era of sign every team possible, HS creators, FGC people, Trump SC, Overwatch, etc. Just those specific sponsored streams would have been approximately $40 million a year pre-tax.